It's time to sit back, relax, and listen to Change Your Attitude, Change Your Life. Change Your Attitude, Change Your Life will inspire, motivate, and empower you. Live your best life now. Listen, learn, think, and decide. Change your attitude, change your life. And now, here's your host, Joan Herman.
Welcome to Change Your Attitude, Change Your Life. I'm Joan Herman. Thanks for tuning in. Change Your Attitude, Change Your Life brings you interviews with some of the most inspirational and influential people in the world. It's our goal to educate and empower you so you can live your best life now. Thank you for taking time for yourself, and thank you for letting us be a part of your life. We have another great show for you today. How would your life and health improve if your mind was clear and sharp, operating at its fullest potential? You would be energetic, productive, and thoughtful. You could accomplish tasks with ease and feel confident. According to today's guest, Dave Asprey, this is possible when you biohack your way to a smarter, faster, sharper brain. Dave is a Silicon Valley tech entrepreneur, a professional biohacker, creator of Bulletproof, and a New York Times best-selling author. His new book is Headstrong. Welcome, Dave. Thanks for joining us.
I appreciate being here.
So, Dave, many people want to experience a better brain, and I know I do. I mean, I'm forgetful, I'm moody, I'm unfocused, I'm tired, and I have brain fog. So what is it that is going on physically with someone like me that makes me feel this way?
You have the same thing I had 20 years ago when I weighed 300 pounds and my brain started to turn off, and I kind of panicked because I felt like I couldn't really do my job anymore because I had all this stuff going on. What was happening is that the parts of your cells that make the energy that you use to do everything and just to be you, they either make energy well or they don't make energy well. And I was not making enough energy in my brain, so I couldn't do the things I wanted to do. And when that happens, you tend to have more anxiety, you tend to be more emotional, and you tend to forget stuff. That's all something that you can change.
Now, you've written about biohacking to create a better body, and now you write about biohacking for a sharper brain. What is biohacking?
Biohacking is a term that I coined, and the idea is that you have control of your body, and when you change the environment around you and you change the environment inside of you, that's what changes your biology. So you can make it do whatever you want. Maybe you want to be all muscular. Maybe you want to be lean. Maybe you don't care about those things. You just want to be really smart or have a lot of energy or just enough energy to come home after a long day at work and, be present for your kids. Whatever it is, it's up to you, but it doesn't happen just by trying. It happens by changing the world around you so that your body will listen to it.
So how do we know what our body needs? How does someone go about understanding his or her biology? Are there tests or what's the process?
There are definitely tests, and people work with functional medicine practitioners and things like that all the time. I'm not a doctor. I'm married to a doctor. I lecture with doctors all the time, but I am a computer hacker by training. And what you do is the same thing that computer hackers do, and it's you try something and you see if it works. This means you might want to swap your diet around a little bit. You might want to try a raw vegan diet. I did it for 6 months to see what worked. But the point of the matter is that when you realize that you have control of these variables and that it's your job to see what works, it's really empowering. Because what I believed was that all I have to do is try harder, and if I just try harder, I'll be a good person. Right. And then when it didn't work, because I was doing the wrong thing, I felt like I was a failure, like it was a moral failing. Right. And none of this is a moral failing. This is hardware problems. These are things that you can change. You just have to find out what environment is right for your biology.
And it's eliminating that one-size-fits-all approach. Like you said, it makes a lot of sense when you use that illustration that the body's a computer and you have to find out how it's working technologically.
It's true. And in Headstrong, I really dug in on the energy creation piece, because when you have more energy, it goes to the brain first. And when your brain is working, you just make better decisions. So if at 10:30 in the morning you go into the conference room and some nice person has a big tray of donuts there, you are going to hear the siren call of the donut. And you're going to have this conversation in your head that goes like this. A voice says, eat the donut. And you say, no, I'm a good person. And the voice says, eat the donut. And you go back and forth. And pretty soon you just have half a donut. And you say, I'm a bad person. Well, what was going on there was you were using electricity in your brain to say no over and over and over until you ran out of willpower. And there's a couple things you could do there. One is have more electricity to have more willpower. The other thing is shut off that voice that's craving the donut by making sure you have enough energy. That's the approach in Headstrong. And it frees up a ton of energy because not only do you get enough food and enough electricity in the brain that you don't have the craving, but by not having to think about the craving, all that extra thinking energy goes back to you as well.
Dave, what does the brain require in order for us to operate optimally?
The brain requires fat for you to operate optimally. It is made out of fat, and it gets more energy from fat than it does from sugar. However, if you only ate fat forever, for most people, especially women, you might not like how you feel.
Right.
So in Headstrong, I describe this idea of cyclical ketosis. It says if you should have some ketones present, which means your body is in fat-burning mode, and sometimes you should have some carbs present, not because you ate corn syrup and sugar and cotton candy, but because you ate things like sweet potatoes and some rice and some of the more moderate starches. What this means is not that you can never have dessert again. It means that when you have dessert, you know it's not really good for your mitochondria, and you do something to counteract it the next day. So it's not a call for perfection or for asceticism. It's just a call to say, look, you have control. You're going to make decisions that are even slightly better. So if you have a cheat day, eat a really good piece of cheesecake instead of a really bad deep-fried Twinkie. You're still doing yourself a favor.
You also write about some pretty interesting things that people may not think about when they're trying to make these changes. Things like the light exposure in your bedroom or sleeping with your phone next to you. I mean, a lot of kids today sleep with their phones actually in their beds. How does that harm us?
Well, new research on mitochondria shows that they are actually semiconductive. That means that they run off the same principles that some of our modern technology runs off of. It also means, by definition, that they are sensitive to electromagnetic frequencies, to magnetism, to light, and we know because we've done all the research, they're also sensitive to sound and heat and the full spectrum of these things. There are dozens of studies that show degrading of mitochondrial performance from electromagnetic frequencies. That doesn't mean you shouldn't ever use wireless. I have wireless. I love wireless because it lets me get stuff done. But when I go to sleep, I have a little switch that I throw that turns off my Wi-Fi router, and I put my phone in airplane mode. One of the reasons I do that is that as a professional biohacker, I check my biology. I do all sorts of tests to see what works and what doesn't. I keep my cell phone next to my right thigh. I never keep it near my reproductive organs because that's really bad news. Right where I keep my cell phone, my bone density is 10% lower than everywhere else in my body. That's because bone density is driven by mitochondria. Cell phones are not good for us. You should not hold it up to your head, use a headset, and set it on the table instead of keeping it against your body. And for God's sake, if your kids are sleeping with cell phones, just tell them, if you do that anymore, I'm taking away your cell phone. They'll learn that they can sleep without it.
The book is Headstrong. If you would like to get more information about this topic or Dave and his work, you can visit bulletproof.com. Dave, thank you so much for being here and for discussing how we can have a sharper brain. I think that it's so important to look at our body as this magnificent machine, and you give us some really great tools to do that, so thank you.
Thank you, Joan.
We'll be right back. Hi, this is Joan Herman, host of Change Your Attitude, Change Your Life. Did you know that Change Your Attitude, Change Your Life has a free monthly digital magazine that can be read online or emailed to your inbox? Every month, nationally recognized leaders in their field provide information to educate, inspire, and motivate you. We believe in a holistic approach to life, incorporating mind, body, and spirit. Check out a copy of Change Your Attitude, Change Your Life 24/7. Visit cyacyl.com and be sure to tell your friends. Thank you for joining us. I hope you found the show informative. At Change Your Attitude, Change Your Life, we believe that knowledge is power. Take what you've learned, apply it, and live your best life now. Remember that the information provided are the opinions of our guests and should never replace the advice of a professional who knows your personal situation. If you'd like more information, visit our website, cyacyl.com. While on the site, listen to past shows on demand, read our digital magazine, take part in the book club, check out our team, and be sure to follow the show on social media. Until next time, this is Joan Herman. Thanks for tuning in.